We are being hosted today at the Spectrum launch. So many people are asking questions. How did these guys get here?
If you know me, I enjoy Nightlife. Just who go with me from UB days, from GDH in Bamenda, you know I'm a sociable person.
We would say we are a family-owned business, and our community is a very big part of us.
What I pick from these two powerhouses is a compendium of talent in two people.
And the growth you see is that we've been consistent in our effort, in our belief, in our hard work to build an empire for ourselves and our family.
The fundamental playbook was to be truthful to each other, to be honest to each other at every turn, to always believe that you're on the same team.
They say if you want to go fast, you go by yourself, but if you want to go far, you work together.
The last thing which I'm going to highlight, that pretty much summarizes everything, is mentorship. Okay. You know, people that go before you, so that you shouldn't make the same mistakes.
He said something really big here. We are still on the same team, even if we disagree. At what point did we start calling you silent millionaire?
I know about the silent part. I don't know about the millionaire part.
What up, guys? Welcome to the Everyday University. We are being hosted today at the Spectrum launch, one of the best launches in the entire DMV and North America. We are here being hosted by the CEOs, the owners of this fine facility. The one and only king of nightlife, Valery Holmes, in the building. Right here. Good to see you, my brother. I get it. Yeah. And guess what? With his partner, the most silent billionaire you ever meet in your life. Very silent but loud. The one and only Njukang Asong in the building. Good to see you, brother.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. All right, please have a seat. Hello, viewers. If you're just tuning in or watching us for the very first time, we'd love your support. Hit that subscribe button and help us reach our target goal of 10,000 subscribers in 3 months. This will give you access to exclusive and awesome content with different entrepreneurs, and it equally gives you access to a very vibrant community. Don't forget to like and drop a comment. We can do this together, and we're counting on you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Everyday University. Today, we are blessed with the presence of two powerful, extraordinary entrepreneurs in the DMV. These guys are so successful, so much so that their names have become synonyms with success, with power, with everything that has to do with a successful business. So to my left, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Valery Holmes, aka the king of nightlife.
Yep.
Oh my God, Mr. Valery Holmes.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people don't know you as King Valery Holmes.
Yeah.
They know the king of nightlife.
King of nightlife, yep.
And so his energy is like that radiating energy coming from a place of success and hustle. So it's an honor for us having you on the show today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And to my right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a man who speaks silently. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Njukang Asong, aka the silent millionaire in the building. Good to have you on the show, brother.
Good to have you as well. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Absolutely. We are at Spectrum launch, just so you know. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking to two gentlemen who have built an empire. The empire is not only for entertainment, but it has inspired a world out there. So many people are asking questions. How did these guys get here? Where are they even heading to? Because we're talking about Spectrum launch, we're talking about Kitchen Near You, we're talking about Famous, we're talking about Mustang, and many others that we know not about. So how about we jump right on with the questions and ask these guys, what is the secret on what is happening here? So let me start with you, Mr. Valery. How did this come about? At what point did you guys decide to get into the business of a lounge? How did that even come about?
It's a long story. I'll make it very short. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to sit down and give some real knowledge and inspire the next generation.
Sure.
You know, if you know me, I enjoy nightlife. That's what I've always done. Just who go with me from UB days, from GDH in Bamenda, you know, I'm a sociable person. Coming to America, went to school, finished my bachelor's as a nurse, work as a nurse, but I always knew just something. I had to go back to my base, what I enjoy doing, what I love doing. I love nursing, don't doubt me, but nightlife is what I love.
Okay.
And I've been through so many ventures in America, and Holmes Media is what people know me about for, Holmes Media Solutions. But it came to one point where I was thinking to myself, let me do something that I enjoy doing naturally.
Okay.
And it can make me some money too. you know. And when I thought about the whole thing, what I was thinking, I was praying to God and saying, I understand the business, but I need somebody who can work with me so we can move smoothly, move smartly, and we're going to conquer. By some design, my brother, Silent One, a communal president, Njukang Asong, he reached out to me. Some wonderful design. And he spoke to me and said, hey, bro, I've been watching you. I see what you're doing. If there's any idea you have, any business you have, call me. I'm ready. Okay. I was like, man, you're in the office every day, have your big suit, your big tie on. What I'm thinking in my head, it doesn't align with you, you know? You, that guy in the office with your nice suits and doing stuff. He said, bro, if it makes money, I'm ready. Call me. Wow. We can work together. And when I found out the concept of spectrum, not even spectrum, we call it something else at a point, but it's a different day. I called my brother. I called a few other people. But God could make it happen. And just said, I'm in. Wow. He didn't know the details of what I was saying. He said, bro, hey, I'm in. I'm like, okay, bring money. I brought money. I'm like, wow, this guy's serious.
This is the money.
So long story short, we are here today because we all had a dream. Okay. And we're so ready to sacrifice and work extremely hard to make it happen because it was a concept. But he just said, I believe this money, but let's do it.
Oh, wow.
We didn't know exactly what we're actually doing because it turned out to be extremely difficult than we think it was going to be.
Yes.
But our resilience and our belief in what we see, what we have today at Spectrum Lounge, I think that's what brought all this magic together.
Wow.
And the growth you see is that we've been consistent in our efforts, in our belief, in our hard work to build an empire for ourselves and our families. You know, so that's how I started.
Wow.
That's Spectrum right there for you.
Wow, wow, wow. That brings me to that session that they say if you want to go fast, you go by yourself, but if you want to go far, you work together.
Yep, that's the magic.
So this is a true example of that session.
Yep.
Wow, wow, wow. Now, talking about dressing with big tie, can come into the office and stuff. Let me ask the silence. So, I know you are a corporate person. How do you merge those two together? You're a corporate person, a very big one at that. I mean, works for the county, right? Yeah. Come on, man. This guy's a big dog, man. And at the same time, you're a nightlife person. Yeah. How do you incorporate both?
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And I think Valery so eloquently put that how this all started. And thank you for doing this. And we are a community business. Like we would say, we are a family-owned business, and community is a big part of us. So having this opportunity to speak to the community means a lot to us. And at every turn that we have an opportunity, we grab on that opportunity. So thank you for that. And to all the viewers, thanks also for listening and participating in this. You know, corporate is such a big and a fancy word, right? Okay. It is practically being able to engage in something bigger than yourself and something which can help you achieve a dream. The concepts in corporate America is the same concept in nightlife. There's a concept of waking up in the morning and going to work, but discipline about what you do, having the values of integrity, provide customer service, making sure that your books are clean and learn every day to keep improving, making sure that you're running a business that has integrity, a business which is good, and a business that provides the services. That is the same concept that transcends industries. And by the way, the ties were not big; they were.
Oh man! He was like, "Your big tie."
The suit wasn't big; it was cool. So it's not today we started this.
Okay.
But you know, like Valery rightly said, you know, when I did approach him, and he said, "You look like somebody that you wouldn't like nightlife." And my exact comment was, the dollars in nightlife and the dollars during the day is the same. At that time, I used to work for Baltimore City as the director for HR for the Department of Transportation. It was a pretty big deal and was comfortable. But I think it was important when we had that conversation, and the decision was really, do you want to depend on a salary, you want to depend on profit? Wow. You know, and we had that conversation. Valery had made up his mind way earlier. You know, I was still thinking about it because that's what you do if you want to engage in something that is serious. You think about it carefully, make a family decision, and you engage. Yeah. And when we eventually decided to launch into it, I brought together whatever talents I had. He is an unbelievably talented individual, and we came together. And naturally, we just kept fitting into each other, making sure that we can improve on the strength of one another, but at the same time, we can complement the weaknesses. Was there a playbook to it? No. But I think the fundamental playbook was to be truthful to each other, to be honest to each other at every turn, and to always believe that you're on the same team, even when you disagree. And that has really been our guiding principle from inception to today. And so merging corporate America with nightlife, it's easy because these are transferable values and transferable concepts. It just depends on how you exercise them.
Wow. He said something really big here. We are still on the same team, even if we disagree. Gentlemen, that's a bomb right there. Wow. If you're out there listening, you're trying to have a business and you trying to do partnership, know that disagreement will always come. But you guys are on the same team. Wow. Thank you so much for that piece. Now, at what point did you give yourself the title King of Nightlife? Who crowned you? At what point? Because it's working. Like, nobody knows him as Valery. Like, are you talking about the King of Nightlife? The guy with, I'm like, okay, you know who I'm talking about. So at what point of the business did the King of Nightlife become the king?
That's a good one. Yeah. Let me tell you the truth. When I decided to engage into nightlife, it was very simple. And I told my brother, I said, hey, if you want to join me in this journey, you gotta quit your job. He was like, man, I said, I can do it. I said, no, because it's a full commitment, right? I was so willing, so ready to give it my best shot. Even if I fail, I did my best. And if my brothers don't come with me, we're going to be together on the journey. We're going to lock in, we're going to build together, and we need to be focused on what we're doing, right? That's what I did every day. And the more I did that, our people, the customers, the community, kept on looking at what I was doing. At one point, I will tell you, a friend of mine called me one day. I'm going to call his name right now. Just said, bro, let me tell you the truth.
Hello viewers, if you're just tuning in or watching us for the very first time, we'd love your support. Hit that subscribe button and help us reach our target goal of 10,000 subscribers in 3 months. This will give you access to exclusive and awesome content with different entrepreneurs, and it equally gives you access to a very vibrant community. Don't forget to like and drop a comment. We can do this together and we're counting on you.
Just said, bro, let me tell you the truth. You inspire me. You're the king of what you do. I was talking to my DJ, DJ Jamster, call his name.
Yeah.
I said, Jamster, my birthday's coming up. This birthday's going to be the crown for the king. I need my crown. I want the city. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do.
That's what's
we
up.
love DMV. We're doing our best. The community has accepted that I'm the king. That's why I was like, I should be able to crown you the king because I'm DJ Jamster.
Oh boy.
I said, hell no, Jamster, how to do it was fun, you know?
Yes.
That's how it happened. Okay? The community itself gave me that title. Not because something too special about me, I don't think so. Because they see the effort. They see my heart. They see I put my effort to take care of my people.
Wow.
People are my customers. Okay? When you come to Spectrum Lounge, you know one thing. You're a king. You treat it like royalty. From a person who buys just a plate of soya, to a beer, to spend 10,000 in one night, they all get the same treatment. Royalty.
Wow.
That's why I embrace that title, the king, because just to remind everybody, when you see me, you're working into Spectrum Lounge, any of my businesses, you are also royalty.
Wow.
So it's not the title we take for granted. It's fun to stay king on Nightlife. We do the swanky thing, we joke about it. Yes, that's true, but it's a reminder that anybody that walks into Spectrum Lounge or Famous Lounge or Mustangs or Kitchen near you, you're walking into a business that's owned by royalty. Royalty means the service we give you is only for royalties.
Wow.
So you're part of that team. So today, the name is getting more popular. It's sticking because people see for real. This guy means what he's saying. The name is just to brag about. You go to Spectrum Lounge, your family for real. You can call Valery at any time he answers his phone. For a little joke or to book a table or just to jab, I will answer.
Wow.
Because to me, it's personal. People, my customers, it's family. Like I posted that one time on Facebook. I was joking with Angie that you treat some customers who come in here like your children, in the sense of the love we give them.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's so deep. You can come on, when you come to Spectrum Lounge or one of our business, you meet us, you might not even believe we own the business. Because You see us doing everything just to make sure you're comfortable. If it means cleaning your table, in my swanky stand-down suit, we'll clean that table for you. Right?
Yeah.
Because I'm the king, not because I'm wearing a suit. No, because I'm providing you some royalty service.
Wow.
The king must service people.
Wow. Woo! That's a good one right there. One of the most resonating thing he made mention of is the fact that everyone that comes here is a king. Hey guys, the word of the king is law. Yeah. So if you come to Spectrum, you are royalty. Wow.
Kings and queens only.
You already know what time it is. Wow. So now with you, the silent, when did the name The Silent Millionaire come? Because in all honesty, it fits your personality.
Yeah.
Every time I see you, you have this poised personality that you're just coming, you're just doing things clean, quietly, going to the bar. Hey, have you guys got? And I'm like, wait a minute. So it matches perfectly with the silent. I'm like, wait a minute. So at what point did we start calling you silent millionaire?
I know about the silent part. I don't know about the millionaire part. That's a conversation for another day. But like you rightly said, let's not make a mistake. We're in entertainment.
Okay.
And entertainment is about branding. Perhaps. It's about marketing. And you have to be a reflection of what you want to sell, regardless of what it is. And I think these names did not come in inception of the business. It came about 3-4 years later. That the community has studied us. I looked at our personality. We became their brothers, their fathers, their friends. Yeah. And naturally, it just came to us based on who we were and what we represented. I wouldn't exactly say I am silent, but with regards to Valery,
oh, come on now.
I think clearly there's a sharp contrast.
Absolutely.
Right? But to me, I just think that it's a show name that reflects my personality in so many ways. But I think the bigger part of this conversation is really about exactly what Valery said, about how not only the community embracing us in our different personalities, I understand what we offer, but also exactly what we offer. If you look at Spectrum Lounge, especially, you realize that every table looks the same. Every floor looks the same. There's no elevation.
Yes.
Right? And what he meant when he said that, all of our customers are the same to us, and we give them equal treatment, and it doesn't matter if you're buying an Ace of Spades or you're buying a beer of Stella Artois, you face the same customer service and the same love and the same attention. It is a fabric in our build out. Wow. Right? You that you're buying an Ace of Spades, you're not on a higher table than the other person. You create your own VIP. Everybody starts on the same pedestal. And that is our concept. And it's a concept in the way we relate in our lives and with our friends and individuals. And our business is built in that way as well. Now, if I want my table to be a bigger VIP than yours, then I'm going to light the skies with 3 Ace of Spades and 2 Azul. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But at the same time, we have the same customer service. We're sitting on the same quality of chairs and the same lights and the DJs and everything. It is a quality in a space where there's usually social separation. And we found out that our customers really appreciate that. And the customers that you think, they're drinking Azul, a Stella today, they are your Ace customers tomorrow, literally. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So the idea of putting everybody on the same pedestal, and most of the time have individuals rise to the occasion themselves, and they embrace a business that embraced them before. And that is the idea behind, what we try to offer. The nicknames, the brand is good for marketing.
Oh, wow. Guys, what I pick from these two gentlemen, these two powerhouses, is a compendium of talent in two people. He's that radiating guy that, hey, he's always hype. Hey, everybody comes in the morning, like, Spectrum is Spectrum. Like, what you see behind there and stuff like that. I don't want to say the other things. Yeah. And see from where he's coming from and where he comes from, you see that it takes two to really bring the best when it comes to business. Two great minds working together, man. I'm learning a lot from here. Wow. So now, anyone that comes to Maryland, let's say in the DMV, the first name when anyone asks, like, hey, bro, you want to hang out tonight? Is Spectrum that comes to everyone's mouth. Like, what about Spectrum? So what is the business strategy you guys are using? What is so special about Spectrum specifically? This is a baby of the business, right?
Yeah.
Yes. What is so special about Spectrum that is not the same with other lounges around?
And maybe I take this.
Yes.
And the truth is, there are lounges and there's competition. But spectrum is spectrum. And whatever that means to you is exactly why we push that phrase. Because it could mean family to you because you know Valery and you know NJ. It could mean, the number one place in Maryland when you come and you're certain that you have the best Afrobeats or the best Afrofusion night. It could mean, if there's a place where you need service, it is Spectrum. It could mean the place where you need, the best suya in the DMV or the best fish in the DMV, it is Spectrum. The place where you can just sit and chill. If you don't want to be in the upstairs, you're downstairs, you have a good conversation, cozy, it is Spectrum. Spectrum is truly Spectrum. And I think it embraces different people with different reasons in so many ways. Now, let's not, get it wrong. In this business, regardless of whatever you do, chairs don't sell themselves.
Facts.
Tables don't. Lights don't. The beauty doesn't. Service does. It's a service industry. And we are nightlife people. We are always out with our family, with our wives and friends. And one thing that is big for us is supporting different lounges. And at every turn that we are out there, it makes us appreciate what we've been able to build.
Wow.
And I don't say this with a certain level of pride in me, with all the humility, but I think it's the best in the DMV, and not only in the African community, but even in the American community in terms of our build-up, because there's so much thought into it. And the people flow, the energy, how everything synchronizes, I think is very important. But the service is impeccable. Ooh. The service is impeccable. It's a service industry, and because we put the customers first. And even before we put the customers first, we put our employees first. They're family to us. And we make sure that, we provide a safe environment for them to work. We make sure that they get their pay on time. But most importantly, they get their pay with integrity.
Oh, ooh.
And that is an important piece in the whole equation. Yeah. And that is why you would not hear that, these folks don't pay. That is not part of our business. Even when we deal with our contractors, that integrity in that process is very important. So the structure really holds, and it flows with so much fluency and integrity. And then now we're able to focus on the customers. Valery and I are going to go hungry to make sure that this business lives up to its own promise. And we've done that so many times. You know what I mean? To make sure that the services that we promise we're going to provide, we provide, and we do that at optimum. But we do that because we love what we do. Yep. That is the best part about this. When folks are leaving here at 3 a.m. and they're like, oh my God, DJ, continue. That is the best part of the night. Oh, yeah. When we are walking through the hallway and they're like, man, I had such a great time. Okay. Listen, we are coming back here next week. Or we get the phone call like, man, we heard about you. We're coming. Or somebody from Dallas or from California flies in here and said, listen, I flew in this morning. There was no way I could sleep this Friday without coming to Spectrum. That reinforces our belief and what we think we are doing and we're doing right. So service is what matters. And I think we're not going to relent on that. It's a no tolerance policy on that. The customer gets exactly what they're paying for.
That is a bomb.
They have a chip in a little bit of something. The key phrase, spectrum is spectrum. Yeah. I will call my brother Stan Lion, Lion says no matter where he goes to, Istanbul, Paris, Italy, the whole world, spectrum is spectrum. When he comes here, the vibe, the spectrum vibe, there's something about Spectrum Lounge. If you ask anybody in particular, see the spectrum vibe is different. The energy at Spectrum Lounge is different. You see, it starts from our DJs, from our servers, our workers, our bosses, then comes to the customers themselves. See, me and NJ were in the background. Yeah. We're just pushing things, making sure everything is balanced. Yeah. But the vibe of Spectrum, I know nightlife. I do nightlife for a living. No matter where I go to, I always call NJ and say, NJ, bro, we've created a beast. Yeah. Spectrum is Spectrum. The vibe is different. You can go anywhere else and you will meet Spectrum. And this is a testament from reviews upon customers calling back to back and saying, if they're out, even those who go to Cameroon, they say Cameroon is the lyric of enjoyment back home, right? The nostalgic enjoyment. They can't say boldly Spectrum Lounge. Wow. Spectrum is just different. So the vibe here is combined with everything Angel has said. Yeah. You go anywhere else, you can't get it. Yeah. You can't get it. You can't get it. So again, the key word here, Spectrum is Spectrum. No matter what it means to you, it has a special part in your heart. That's what Spectrum stays today. Wow. Number one, like I posted last week, awarded number one by all the customers for 8 years now in the whole DMV. We're number one.
Hello viewers, if you're just tuning in or watching us for the very first time, we'd love your support. Hit that subscribe button and help us reach our target goal of 10,000 subscribers in 3 months. This will give you access to exclusive and awesome content with different entrepreneurs, and it equally gives you access to a very vibrant community. Don't forget to like and drop a comment. We can do this together and we're counting on you. So guys, you guys have talked about how serviceable Spectrum Lounge is and how different people relate to Spectrum and Spectrum individually based off of their experiences here. The last time I was here at Spectrum, the aesthetics around here were looking different. Now I'm seeing something different again. Could it be that this regular changes is part of the businessing that you guys are implementing? Because come to think of it, the look now is different.
Yeah.
The look a couple of months is different. And I might be speaking your mind. You're about to do changes again.
Always.
What does that do to a business?
Yeah.
See, let me tell you the truth. The only way we've stayed, we've been able to maintain our place as number one in the DMV. Our customers are saying that every day. It's because we listen to our customers.
Okay.
We listen to our customers. Every day when you're doing a business, you got to think about when you observe your customers having a good time, is there anything you can do better that could make them, enhance the enjoyment? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we always talk to our customers, boy, is there anything you think we can do better around there? Just recommendations from the customers, listening to them directly is very important. Okay. But naturally, we are putting our money into our businesses. We're investing into our businesses. We always want to give our customers a show, enhance the ambiance, give them something new every time they come, so they can improve their enjoyment. And in this business, you can't just stay the same for too long. Yeah. There's competition. Your competition is watching you, trying to copy you, or trying to do better than you in the first place. But when you are in the business that me and my brother Angel, we are in, we don't even look at competition. We look at our customers. We look at our business. We see what can we do to improve the process? What can we do to improve the beauty? The enjoyment in particular, that's the keyword I like using. Yeah. Nightlife enjoyment. We are so big into nightlife. Our menu, that's just given. It's just done. The best in the DMV, we have that. The best fish, we have that. The passion chicken, we have that, right? Yeah. We have a 99 spice chicken wings. Nobody has that in the whole wide world. We're the owners who have it. Wow. Okay? So the menu is just we change that all the time too because it's improving. But nightlife, we are focused on the enjoyment of our people, of our family, which is our customers. Yeah. So that's why you also come in here, you're like, it just changed again. But trust me, when it changes, you can say, wow, it changed for the better. Yeah. It's like you should have that wow feeling, that wow moment, like, wow, Spectrum Lounge. Yeah. You can't come here and be like, oh, what happened to Spectrum Lounge? No, not with us. Because we are constantly looking at the business and saying, what else can we do? Wow. That when the baddest MC walks in here,
you know what time it is.
With wifey, you're like, whoa.
What's going on around here?
Whoa. And to add to what Valery said, we are youthful owners. Right. Okay. And I think there is advantage in that. You think like a youth, and we're out there as well, seeing what folks are doing. I think the basis of us improving every time is founded on a simple premise, which is that we can no longer take our African community for granted. Gone are those days where things were mediocre, where we sat in basements and on whatever and ate and had drinks and had a good time. Yeah. Africans are doing extremely well. Yeah. The demographic, with the rise of healthcare, the demographic with the rise of the information technology sector, the median income of the typical African community is way above the roof. And that means the standard of living of our community is really high, and they deserve better. Wow. They deserve better. And they are outside. Folks in our community are traveling to Dubai. They are traveling to in Trump Hotel. Mm-hmm. They are in places of top-notch service. Yeah. So they know the difference. They recognize bad service when they see it. They recognize the mediocre environment when they see it. You can no longer take our community for granted. These folks are making a killing. These folks deserve to be in an environment that fits their status and their hard work and their intellect. Yep. So you have to understand that you're dealing with one of the most high-spending community in the world. our African community. And I think that is our belief. So when we think about providing, a place for entertainment, we're thinking about the best. Because if you're going into the top clubs in the UK or in Europe or in Dubai, there's African folks in there.
Yeah.
The spending power is too high. And you cannot underestimate that.
Yeah.
So, and when we look at this thing out there, we're like, okay, we have to respect our community. This is our family. These folks are doing good. Let's give them something befitting of their status and their standards. Yeah. And it drives our innovation.
Wow.
It drives our innovation in so many ways. So we're going for the best. We are really going for our best because our community deserves it. They do. Yep. And I think we should take pride in that. And if for the Africans that are out there, the folks that are listening, if you're thinking about a business, you and your audience is the African community, you better think long and hard because the community in the past 20 years has morphed to something different, which is our advantage. But how you take advantage of that is important. I think we need to make sure our community has the best. We go for the best because that's what they deserve.
Wow. I should clap for that. Thank you very much. Wow. All right, now you've brought in the Africans and our other audience that are listening to this. If someone wants to start Nightlife, where should they start? What are the needs? Do they need a huge capital? Do they need what documentation is needed? Where do they start? Like you want to start this kind of business, where do you start?
How much time do you have?
How much time do you have? Yeah. But that was the whole you need a show for that one.
Okay.
But just summarize it.
Yes.
Just summarize it. I think the most important thing you need if you want to venture to nightlife is the passion for nightlife itself.
Okay.
The passion for nightlife itself. Yes, there's money in nightlife. No lies. If you love money, that's also where I always say focus on money first because that's where you got better. Now, nightlife is different. You have to have a passion for nightlife itself. Now, talk about how much you need to start nightlife. You need plenty of money. I can say me and NJ, we have one thing that works for us so well. I think it was a blessing. It was a divine blessing. Our nativity in the amount of money we needed to start nightlife helped us.
Okay.
Because if we have been told exactly how much we needed to start, people are saying, man, come on, my wife is good. Auntie May is going to say, no. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I would not have to turn to my wife also because at that point we had money, but we had about that amount of capital to start, right? And we have a brother of ours, Sammy, our contractor. Yeah. It's so much of a love relationship we have with him all the time because he came into our life and gave us a very, very simplified route to just open a lounge.
Wow.
And they say it sounds too easy or it's too good to be true. It's not good, right? Mm-hmm. But we went for that, okay? But just to give you an idea, not to call numbers, but then we're opening Spectrum Lounge. The basic Spectrum you knew downstairs, were 10 times 4 the amount of money that was given to us as the estimate to open the lounge. So yes, you need money to open the lounge. You need plenty of money. Wow. It's not joke. Don't let anybody play you and say you just do this. No, you need capital. Okay. And talking about capital, how you get capital, I don't know. Everybody's life is different. Yeah. Okay. But I will tell you this for a fact, you need cash. Okay. Because I get some people call me and they say, give me advice on business. I want to raise capital, go to the bank, get a loan. I just say, don't think about that. It's not going to work. Nobody's going to give you money from a bank for a loan. They don't know you. It sounds fancy when you're on TV or on the books. No bank's going to give you a loan. Nobody knows you. If you have a house, put your house on a mortgage, right? On a loan as quite security. Get a loan for that. Your house is on the line. You can just walk to a bank and say, I want to open a business. I have good credit. Give me a loan. They won't give it to you.
Wow.
That's a fact, right? So most of the time, the initial capital you raise for a business comes from your own savings. From partnerships, or from family.
Wow.
That's basic.
Yeah.
That's just as simple as it is. Don't let nobody tell you anything else that they're going to say, oh, this good. No. Your own savings, family, and partnerships.
Wow.
It's as simple as that. Yeah. No other way out. Yeah. Now, the details about it says it could be a long conversation, right?
Yes.
How to location, licenses, contractors, the county permits and all good stuff. That's a very, very different type of conversation. But I'm going to give you the basic stuff. Yeah. Now, the passion is there. You have some cash. You probably work so hard to save, raise some capital through friends, or partnerships, whatever. Then you need to engage into that business. It means that, again, you're willing to invest into what you believe in. Now, when you have created a business like this, like what we have, you're making some good numbers, the banks might be willing to come in and say, let me see your books, right? You're doing very well. I can risk our money to loan you some money to expand, right?
Yeah.
That's mostly doing it for expansion.
Okay.
Not for you to take and go on vacation with.
Wow.
Right? And so it's very basic. Let's make it very clear. If you want money to start a business like Nightlife, which is very capital intensive business,
yes,
work your butt off and save plenty of money. Number two, reach out for partnerships. People who have money available and ready to put on the table, not just talk, because talk is cheap in business, right?
Yes.
Number three, your family. If they believe in you, if you've been consistent in your hustle, your family believes in you, they might support you. That's always the last option, but it really comes true.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And I think Valery has so eloquently summarized everything. I just wanted to highlight something which you said was very important.
Yeah.
And in all of the other stuff, I think to me, the two most important is passion, like you said, because Nightlife will push you to the brink, and the construction phase to it, not only with the money, but with the challenges with licensing, with the challenges with customers, and it will push you to the brink. And the easier option is always to quit, you know? And if you don't really have the passion and the strong willpower, you're not going to make it. The second thing which he mentioned, which I really love and has been a big part of us, is family. But I'm not talking about the family that gives you money. I'm talking about your nuclear family.
Okay.
You, your wife, and your kids, the direct family. Nightlife is not a singular conversation if you're married. If you're not married, then that's fine. It may take you even longer to get married.
Oh, yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
If you are, it is a family decision, and that is a very important point.
Hello viewers, if you're just tuning in or watching us for the very first time, we'd love your support. Hit that subscribe button and help us reach our target goal of 10,000 subscribers in 3 months. This will give you access to exclusive and awesome content with different entrepreneurs, and it equally gives you access to a very vibrant community. Don't forget to like and drop a comment. We can do this together, and we're counting on you.
Because, like I said, it's going to push you to the brink. And your family has to understand the importance of you getting into it. You know, we're able to do what we're able to do and expand to the extent to which, because it's a family journey on both sides. You know, with the wives, my wife Mercy, his wife Michelle, and that business decision, which I may not get Valery, I can equally talk to Michelle, and she's going to understand what I'm exactly saying because she's very involved in the business, and vice versa. So it's a family decision.
Wow.
That is huge, especially in Nightlife. It is not a bank. It's not a non-for-profit. It is Nightlife.
Wow.
So it comes with a lot of challenges as well. Now, the last thing which I'm going to highlight that pretty much summarizes everything is mentorship.
Okay.
You know, people that go before you, so that you shouldn't make the same mistakes that they did. You know, they said foolish people learn out of mistakes. Smart folks learn out of the mistakes of others.
Okay.
You know, and I think for some of us who are very willing, it really just takes a bottle of Azul. We're comfortable. We get you, we get you some good advice. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you shouldn't make that mistake. Mentorship is important, and it could be people in our life. It could be having a good contractor that helps you throughout the process. It could be you just reaching out and asking questions at every step, and not only asking questions to reinforce what you already believe, but actually listen to feedback, because there's value in experience. ADS in this journey, I'm going to look at something and tell you that will save you two years of work, or even save you the possibility of your place getting shut down after 2 years, or getting a fine, or you never open it. Just with one sentence that I'll tell you. So there's value in experience.
Wow.
So usually, two things happen there. Number one, folks in our community don't know how to ask for help. And I think it's a very important thing. And I say this with the clearest mind possible. Folks in our community don't know how to ask for help, to call and say, Valery, you're in this. Please, I don't know what I'm doing. I need help. You'll be surprised how many entrepreneurs and people who have gone before you are so willing to help you. So willing. But folks in our community don't know how to ask for help. And that's one thing that we have to learn, to embrace that vulnerability in our knowledge and try to learn. The second thing which I really advise is that don't look for advice if you're not ready to get it. Right? Because the folks come in and say they want to learn from you, and by the end of a conversation, they're telling you exactly what they want to do. They're actually wanting you to endorse what they're wanting to do. You know, for Valery and I experience at some point is everything is a yes. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's good. Because we know we are talking to a wall. You know what I mean? So you have to really open up yourself to good feedback. And that all engulfs into what I call mentorship. Because there's nothing if you're not able to or willing to take it. Yeah. So, but I don't want to get into the details.
Yes.
And I will tell you the first rule to succeed is location, location, location.
Yes.
Right? That's the first 3 rules. And everything else will flow after that if you're willing to do all the other stuff.
Wow. Guys, once again, we are on the Everyday University. Hear and hear well. You want to get into nightlife? You want to make sure that you're saving well? You are in good terms with family? You have good mentorship? You should be able to ask for good advice. Wow, this is huge, guys. This is huge. Now, you guys have been in this for 8 years. What are some of the gaps you've identified that someone out there, like a younger generation that's trying to get into this business, they can fill it up and not get into the same mistake?
Like Angel said, that's a conversation you have to come and sit down with me, buy me a bottle of Azul, and take my time.
He's trying to get on the university for free.
But let me tell you again, like Angel said, we are very open and very willing to advise and mentor those who are open and willing to receive. What I would give per your question, I would just say, if you're a young man out there that you want to venture into business or a kind of business, don't waste our time. Please don't do it. Please don't waste our time. If you seek advice, if you call me and say, I want to talk to you, I'm a busy person, up and down. Once I say yes, you should be willing to make your case and be open to me critiquing your case by my expertise. Even if it hurts your feelings.
Yeah.
You should be open to that. Because where we are right now, we've been there so many times. When we listen to you 1, 2, 3, we know this is a war. You know what we're going to say to you? Everything is yes. Oh, perfect, bro. Go push them. Go for it. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Because when you go over so soon, respectfully, I want a conversation with you or whoever to get over so soon, respectfully.
Okay.
Because we know, no matter what I say right now, it's not going to be received. I'm wasting my time.
It's not
right?
safe.
But I don't want you to be you came here, I was good to you, I was mean to you. No, I'm going to say, bro, what do? Okay, man, do it. That's good.
Wow.
Man, go for it. I'm going to say yes. I say, man, handshake right there, good job, I'm out, you're out. I wish you the best. Because you came in with your own belief and your own know-how. I want to wish your own geniusness should work for you.
Wow.
And to add to what Barry has said, do your homework.
Okay.
You know, I cannot come to you to learn how to do a podcast or asking you that I want to do a podcast, and I start by asking you, how much is a camera? Or, what is different between a podcast and, hosting a show? You know what I'm saying? Like the basics. You know what I mean?
Ask smart questions.
No, I mean, do your homework.
Yes.
Understand the business and then come to have an intellectual conversation.
Yeah.
Intellectual conversation. Yeah. We don't run this as in a clandestine fashion. This is a social science that comes together. There is serious thought into this from the build out to when the customers have a good time on the leave. We can explain exactly at every step why we have this place built out this way, why we have the chairs this way, why you have the speakers here, and that's because it's a whole social science. These things don't just happen out of the air. It is not chance. You know what I mean? It is well thought of, and that is why you will come and we are changing things. We are changing things. It is not just because we like it or Valery is looking for a better place to stand and do his videos. No, it is about serious social science that we think about these things. So it's a serious business.
Wow.
It's a serious business. So while we are open to mentor with as free-spirited as we could be, but we have limited time.
That's true.
And we appreciate folks that are serious.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Wow. And I think, and it's not just us. I would imagine every entrepreneur and every person who seeks to get advice want to talk to the folks that are serious. Because tomorrow, when you have that and I'm coming to support you, it's our pride.
Yes.
Growing up, I had a friend who is actually in Arizona now, and he told me that has been a crystal ball in my life from beginning, that you never ever fully embrace your blessing until you pass it down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right? You started a podcast and tomorrow you have 10 billion followers. You will never fully embrace the fullness of that blessing until you hold a fellow man and say, you start your own podcast and make sure the stats on there and they have 5 million followers and 10 million followers.
Guys, listen, you are on the Everyday University. You heard it from the silent billionaire's mouth. We'll be having 10 billion followers.
Yep.
And then please go and like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. All right, we're about to wrap this up, guys. If there's one advice that you can give a young entrepreneur in today's world, in today's economy, what would that be?
It's a big one. It's a big one. The big one. But I want to repeat what I said before in one other podcast. This Talk in the Middle podcast. I gave this advice before. That's in the inception of Spectrum Lounge. I had the privilege to be invited to the Talk in the Middle podcast. And I said, if you want to become an entrepreneur, think about this. If you have a job right now and you're working 8 hours a day, example, making $50,000 a year, you could be comfortable with that. But if you want to become an entrepreneur, you have to have a mindset, a very strong mindset. That means that instead of working just 8 hours a day and making 50, you might have to work 16 hours a day and make only 20,000 a year. Less than half of the money you were making at your job. You have to be a very strong mindset. Because when that happens, it means that you're working 2 times harder, making less money. That could break a family. That could destroy everything you ever planned for. That's why most people quit. Because these are the realities of entrepreneurship. Especially in the beginning. So you're working times 2 than at your job, making less than half the money you're making at your job, working only 8 hours. That's why it's so important before you get into entrepreneurship. If you are married in particular, have a very good conversation with your spouse and say, I'm about to venture into this wonderful journey. I'm ambitious. I'm hopeful. I think it's going to work. I'm going to bet my effort on it. But explain to them everything that was normal to you guys is about to change, especially finances. Especially your finances at the start. Because you're hoping that you're going to make plenty of money and enjoy life with your money and everything, right? But at the start, your finances are going to be hit so hard because you're going to be investing almost everything you have saved. You're now dry. They start hustling and nothing is coming in. Or what is coming in is just enough to take out the bills only. And you're left with nothing. Whoa. If you don't have the mindset to say, I believe what I'm doing is right, I'm going to work even harder. It means I'm doing twice the effort. I'm going to do times 3 now because I believe in this stuff. You're going to have to quit. And when you quit, life gets to the worst. Because you've invested all your savings you had, you worked so crazy for so long, and you're probably quitting now with nothing at all. If your kids were going to private school, you've put them all in public schools because you can't afford it no more. If your spouse was buying red bottoms before, she can't buy no more red bottoms because of that.
So quitting shouldn't be an option.
Yep.
All right.
So I think a strong mind frame is very important before you become an entrepreneur.
All right. Yeah. What about you?
And thank you. But and as we wrap up again, I want to thank you so much for this opportunity.
Oh, sure.
It's so wonderful to us, and we wouldn't be here without the support of the 2 people that matter. We clearly wouldn't be here without their support. And we just want to say thank you to them and for being in this incredible journey with us, and we're looking forward obviously to better days. To the young entrepreneurs out there, and I think Valery really nailed it in terms of having a strong mind, a strong character, and a great work ethic. I think that's very important. And I'll really just add that you should start. Okay. You should start. If you think it, if you work towards it, at some point, start. Because that process evolves. It evolves so fast and you never know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's so many people who die with ideas in them. There's so many people who get deviated without really getting to what they want to do. You should start because every step is a means to an end. And the scripture ever says that, God writes straight on crooked lines. And it may not be smooth at the beginning, but that is already part of it. And you would evolve. And when we started Spectrum, we thought we were building a Swahili. We thought we were building a Swahili lounge. And then it became the biggest nightlife venue in North America.
Wow.
You know what I mean? If we wanted to build the biggest nightlife venue in North America, maybe we wouldn't have started. You know what I mean? So start. Just start and pull whatever resources, pray about it, and just keep going. Be open to change, be open to innovation, have a firm mind, don't let anybody derail you, but you got to start.
Wow.
It is very important.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And that would be my advice.
Guys, I've had one of the most mind-blowing evenings of this summer. These gentlemen here, they are a compendium of advice that you can grab and run with. I want to say thank you, King of Nightlife, Valery Holmes. Thank you, Silent Millionaire, Njukang, Asong. You guys have blessed. You guys have honored us with your presence. This is the very second session, the second episode of the Everyday University. Please, we are counting on you to grow. We are counting on everyone watching this to grow. Let us grow together. Let's make the mistakes together and fall forward. Once again, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Please, let's all tell them to subscribe to the Everyday University.
No.
You gotta go click on like, subscribe
to the Everyday Podcast University. My boy,
thank you. It's been an honor. It's been an honor.
Good job.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And please say to your wonderful, gorgeous, beautiful wife.
Absolutely. The queen of my world.
Always coming out.
Rise to the closet.
Yeah,
that's my baby right there.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Bye, let's go.